I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me. Still with the dolls that I grew beside. All the niggas round me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Danielle Chantel here. I'm trying to pick my energy up right now. Your girl's tired, okay? We're coming to the end of another year and I'm tired, but we move. So today's video, we're gonna pretty much wrap up 2024. 2024, baby, we're not there yet. We're gonna wrap up 2023. I feel like this has been like one of my most inconsistent years on YouTube because I allowed my emotions to get in the way of my success and my growth. So we're kind of just gonna like go through the list a bit. The new year started off like really great. You know, I was super happy. I felt like I was finally becoming the woman I've always wanted to be. I was like, yes, you know, like I'm her. Things are going well. I had taken a break from therapy at this point because I thought I was healed. Your girl thought she was healed, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I went in to 2023 super confident, and then I planned a last minute trip to see my dad in Jamaica. I haven't seen my dad, like at this point, I think it was at least 5-6 years since I've seen my dad. And if anybody knows me growing up, I'm a daddy's girl. Like I love my dad. Like my grandpa is also like my dad. He passed away and that was my best friend. But my dad, like growing up, yeah, my dad, like with my dad growing up, I was a major daddy's girl. I am a major daddy's girl, and I didn't realize how much I missed my dad until I saw him. You know, our parents are only getting older, and I feel like when we go through things with our parents and in life, you gotta just forgive and like move on and work on rebuilding those relationships. I feel like a lot of the times we forget that even though our parents are old and older and wiser and they've gone through things in their life, they are still learning for the first time how to be a parent at 40, 50, and 60, and how to rebuild these relationships just like we're learning to navigate life. And in that moment, I forgave my dad for a lot of things, even though I was still like, I'm too old for you to be trying to, you know, step in and help now. You gonna see me grown. I had to have a little bit of grace when it came to that. So seeing my dad, you know, was great. And then this is where the line started to get a little blurry. I was going through a lot of silent battles, things that I still will never talk about on here because it's my business. And with that became like imposter syndrome, but in the wrong way. I started to become like very materialistic. I started to become other people that I was seeing on the internet, and like you're probably like, oh, at your old age you're doing this. Sometimes we don't realize that like there's so many pressures, especially because social media is such a thing. You feel the pressure even more to be successful, to live a certain life, to live a certain way, to live in a certain place, or to have a specific thing. Like some of the things that I'm okay with, people would be like, you're okay with that? And because in the back of my mind, I always felt some kind of judgment, even though it wasn't verbally said, I'm like, okay, to avoid all of this, I gotta be somebody else. So like I started to change my look. I started to change a lot of things. And after a while, I started to see that that's just not me. My walk with God started to get a little blurry. And I started to be very selfish when it came to those around me and being there for people. And that's not the person that I am. So closer to like July, I was just going through like this weird feeling. I just felt like I was like the confidence that I walked into the new year with, I felt like I lost it at around July. And I just felt like very lost. And I know God put me in that position for a reason, because I needed to realize what I was doing when it came to self-sabotage. Like, I was just walking in the opposite direction of the path that he to pick me up and place me on. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a very hard and weird point in my life. And then I went to Mexico for my friend's bachelorette trip, and I had like this awakening. I was like, okay, something big is gonna happen. Like, yes, I'm here for a bachelorette trip. I ended up getting sick on that trip, but there were so many things that God brought to me that, like, okay, in order for you to be where you want to be, you have to change the way you walk. You have to change the way you talk. And most importantly, you need to be yourself. The person that I placed you on this earth to be, that you know that you are, you have to be that person. And I was like, okay, God, I hear you. I see you. I know what I gotta do. Around August, I was like, I feel like something big is gonna happen. And in my mind, this big thing was gonna be like the peak of my like career in the real world and on social media. Girl, was it not another lesson? Like, a lesson that nearly broke me, like mentally broke me. Because I don't allow myself to be heartbroken. That's just not, the only heartbreak I've ever experienced was losing my grandfather. Because that's something where I can bring it up and cry just the same as when he passed away. I don't even want to talk about it right now. But I experienced something I never thought I would ever experience in my life. And it broke me a little bit mentally. And instead of using that for my good, I used that thing and I started to become of the world again. And I'm going to be very honest, I'm still struggling with that feeling. This thing only happened in like September, so I'm still struggling with that feeling. But where I am right now, I'm starting to realize that I'm not perfect, and no journey in this life is ever going to be perfect. I feel like these things happen to prepare me for what's coming. And it's like every time I go through something in my life that I think is hard, I'm like, God, how many times are you gonna break me? Like, you know, he's not doing it to hurt me. He's not doing it to hurt me. And obviously the devil has a lot to do with the things that happen in this world. But it's like, girl, it's like, God, like, how many times do I gotta be broken? You know what I'm saying? Like, it hurts bad. It hurts so bad. And it's just like, I can't take this hurt anymore. Like, I don't want to have this feeling anymore. But the more that I go through this and the more that I work through my personal battles, is the more I realize that God is building me for what's to come, because he knows I can handle it. And I don't know if you guys have gone through a very like up and down year. Like, I thought my previous years were very up and down, but no, like, I had the great past 3-4 years. I had a business that did really well. I made the most money I've ever made, lost it just the same, not even gonna sit here and hold you. And like, I did a lot of great things, but I feel like all of that confidence that I had, I lost it. But I feel like it's all happened for a reason. I'm not in my early to mid 20s anymore. I'm in my late 20s. I'm almost 30. And these are all learning lessons. So I say this to say, going into 2024, I only have a few goals. I want to be a great steward of my money. Meaning I want to save more than I spend. I want to be in a better position financially. I'm working on getting a pay increase at my job. Like, I want to make more money. I want to be able to live the life that I deserve without having to hold back on things. I definitely want to continue to be consistent in the gym and to continue to build a healthy physical relationship with myself, like physically, look like how I look physically and internally health wise. What else do I want to do for the new year? I want to create content full time. This is something that I've been saying for a very long time, but I want to create content full time. I want to hit 10K on YouTube. I want to hit 10K on TikTok, and I want to hit 10K on Instagram. I want to land my first 4-figure deal in the first 6 months of the new year. And I want to work with a ton of skincare and beauty brands as well as wellness brands. And the last thing that I want is to be settled in just a space that is filled with love and happiness and joy and peace. I'm not asking for a lot for the new year. Another thing that I didn't mention was have a steady relationship with God. I feel like I'm a very emotional person, and when I get into these emotions, I soothe with things that I shouldn't be soothing with. And whether that's partying or drinking or hanging around the wrong people, whatever it is, I don't want to do that anymore. And I've been saying this for a very long time, but I have a Bible in my office, I have a Bible at home, and when I have these feelings, I need to gravitate towards my Bible. And that is another goal that I have set for the new year. I want my new year to be God-led. I want to work hard. I want to work harder than I've ever worked. Like, I just want to work harder than I've ever worked in my life. I really want these things. And I feel like now that I have realistic goals as an adult, I'm not saying I want a Chanel purse and I want a new bike and I want a new, like, I don't want any of that. As long as I can call you on the same phone, I can edit on the same laptop, can record on the same camera, I can drive my car with no problems, I'm blessed. I don't need any more than that. So I just want to walk into the new year more mature than I was this year. And I want to be able to value myself and value my opinions and stand firm in that without letting others get into my head of who I should be and what I should become. So that's pretty much the end of this video. I had a Q&A in mind, but you guys were asking all the wrong questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I hope you guys have an amazing end to your 2023 and a great start to your new year. I hope that it's filled with love and blessings and happiness and peace and joy. And I love you guys, and I will definitely see you guys a lot more in the new year. I can't wait for you guys to see what I have planned for my channel. And yeah, this is pretty much the end of the video. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you love today's video, and if you're returning, and also go ahead and hit that like button because it helps me, it helps boost my content. So I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the new year. Peace.